Hi. In the last episode, I was giving an overview of the Dare to Dream and the Africa series because of where we are, who we are, and what we must understand about ourselves. Now, let me break a few things down about Africa. When you go to the original text, our name was not Africa. No. Our name was Alkebulan. 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 What does that mean? It means the mother of nations, the mother of creation. When you track back in history, the cradle of mankind is universally agreed to be in Africa. If I'm not wrong, it's at the Olduvai Gorge, right? Which is in the East Africa region. So if we were the mother of creation at birth, the question I want us to think about consistently through this Africa series is, why then are we always receiving? We have never given back to the world except for slavery. Now, this context will upset some of you because of your understanding of who Africa is. My focus is the people of Africa to understand that they are critical for the world as it is today. Please understand that every nation has a very unique skill and a very unique place in the plan of God. And within every nation, every people group has a very unique thing to give to the world. But for so long, we have been led by tactics of divide and rule. Colonialism was successful because it pitted one tribe against the other, and as tribes were fighting, unity was weakened, and then the colonial masters could come on board. Colonialism came and convinced us under the guise of modernization that everything about us was degenerate or backward or just downright foolish. Yet, and I'll touch on this later, in the days before CS were being done in Europe, they were already being successfully done in Uganda. We had trade systems that were envied, right? When colonial powers came and said they discovered Africa, were we an empty continent land with no people? No, we were a very advanced people. So now, my people, Africa was never meant to be a place that took handouts. But where we have come from has taught us that we are not good enough. In another series I had done, I was talking about the whole concept of self-love. And you'll find us episode 1 to 6 on the same channel. It's all about self-love. And the ending of that thought process was, I cannot love you if I cannot love me. All right? So we came to believe that we were less than, that we were not enough, that the color of our skin was too dark, so we were not beautiful. But let me ask you a question. Can you imagine living on the equator with direct sun rays, 12 hours a day, 12 months a year, and be light-skinned? If you look at peoples in the very, very hot areas, the ones in the deserts, their skin is darker than the coastal people. And when you think about it from a scientific perspective, the coastal people have a lot more humidity, they have a lot more environmental factors that will protect their skin because they're able to sweat. But if you're in the really, really hot areas and you don't have a lot of rain and the sun beats down on you 12 hours a day, don't you need a deeper layer of protection? Melanin scientifically has been proven to be protection in a way for the UV rays. And then over the years, it is the lighter, in Kenya when I was growing up, we called them rangia thao, as in their 1,000 shilling note was such a pale brown. So yellow, or we'd call them yellows. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why we have pigmentation? And if you look across the world, even in India, there are sections of India where they have complexions almost like ours. Like this, almost. So hear me, my people. You are beautiful where you were born. You were created for a very specific purpose. And you come from the land that is the mother of the people. Why would you let somebody else tell you you're less than you really are? Can I tell you why? Because your ability to dream was taken away. Your ability to see beyond anything you know was taken away. Your ability to understand that you are more than dark skin and foolishness and famine and war. You are more than that. But because you cannot dream a different future for yourself, you have settled into the dream somebody created for you. So, my people, let us learn to dream. What is a dream? We'll tackle that in the next video. But can you start thinking about what it would be like, right? To just think and come up with ideas and bring them to fulfillment. You, my people, we as a people were created very specifically for our generation. Let's continue this conversation in a few minutes. Dare to dream.